Samsung has collapsed minus 12.31% to $310,000, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Tuesday, June 23rd, and this is your complete global market briefing. The selling pressure is broad-based, suggesting genuine risk aversion rather than isolated profit-taking. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 slipped minus 0.37% to $7,472.79. Equity markets are responding to reports that SpaceX stock tanks 16%, extending slump following post-IPO rally. NASDAQ 100 is broadly flat at $30,347, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Equity markets are responding to reports that Bitcoin falls under $63,000 as a tech sell-off drags risk assets lower. Dow Jones ticked up plus 0.29% to $51,713. Equity markets are responding to reports that Ukraine joins Russia in ruthlessly hammering global tourism as Iran, Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Lebanon, Qatar, Bahrain, Iraq, Syria, and more welcome a cooling Middle East crisis while the Eastern Europe conflict again shatters travel itineraries and eat travel and tour world. DAX is down minus 1.26%, trading at $24,822. Traders are reacting to news that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. FTSE 100 is trading lower by minus 0.42%, at $10,394. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Samsung plunged minus 12.31% to $310,000 in a significant session. HBM3 yield rates for AI training chips are the most critical near-term metric. Any positive update would drive a meaningful earnings upgrade cycle. The memory upcycle is intact, but Samsung's foundry losses are a drag. A recovery in smartphone DRAM pricing would add a second earnings lever. Rocket Lab made a dramatic move today, plunged minus 6.48% to $100.29. Government launch contracts with the US DoD provide baseline revenue visibility. The Electron rocket utilization rate is the near-term earnings driver. Any contract win announcement or NASA mission assignment would be a meaningful positive catalyst for the stock. Alphabet made a dramatic move today, plunged minus 4.99% to $349.68. Search revenue resilience in an AI disruption environment is the primary debate. AI overviews are monetizing better than feared, and YouTube is accelerating. Google Cloud is now a credible number 3 player. The wildcard is the DOJ antitrust remedy. Any forced structural change would be a significant multiple derating event. Amazon plunged minus 4.75% to $232.79 in a significant session. AWS reacceleration is the single biggest catalyst from here. Every point of growth improvement in cloud margin drives outsized EPS leverage given the fixed cost structure. The advertising business, now the highest margin segment, is compounding at over 20%. Watch for any Project Kuiper satellite launch commentary. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. Traders are reacting to news that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. On the data front, equity markets are responding to reports that Ukraine joins Russia in ruthlessly hammering global tourism as Iran, Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Lebanon, Qatar, Bahrain, Iraq, Syria, and more welcome a cooling Middle East crisis while the Eastern Europe conflict again shatters travel itineraries and eat travel and tour world. Turning to commodities. Brent crude dipped to $77.48 per barrel, down 0.54% on the session. The move follows reports that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. WTI crude dropped sharply to $73.53 per barrel, down 1.72% on the session. The move follows reports that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. Natural gas held steady to $3.25, up 0% on the session. Traders are reacting to news that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. Gold dipped to $4,134 per troy ounce, down 1.15% on the session. The gold move is partly driven by inflation worries push more households to rethink safe haven assets, Black America Web. Let us give you our near-term view on Samsung. With the selling pressure we have seen today, the key support level for Samsung is around $291,400. A failure to hold there could accelerate the decline and attract further sellers. For a recovery, bulls need to see a fundamental shift in the drivers weighing on prices. This is our view, always do your own research. In the currency markets, Euro to US dollar is at 1.14, losing 0.42% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.32, gaining 0.17% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 161.38, losing 0.03% on the day. The move in the dollar reflects reports that Ukraine joins Russia in ruthlessly hammering global tourism as Iran, Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Lebanon, Qatar, Bahrain, Iraq, Syria, and more welcome a cooling Middle East crisis, while the Eastern Europe conflict again shatters travel itineraries and eat travel and tour world. Here is what we will be watching closely in the days ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Thousands of investors rely on our daily briefings to cut through the noise. If you are finding value here, please like this video and subscribe. It directly helps us keep producing this content every day. Leave a comment with your market view. We feature the sharpest takes in future videos. That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.